coronavirus, man? Because I heard that you don't believe it's real, right?
I believe something's killing people. I don't believe what the media.
Would you say then that the whole bats theory? I don't even know if I fully fuck with the bats theory.
No
But
way. No way. Chinese people have been eating bats for centuries, bro. You cannot tell me that all of a sudden a bat has passed a virus that's been going on for centuries. It's just bollocks, man.
Centuries though?
The media is just kind of... Huh?
Centuries though?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
have they been eating bats for centuries though?
Yeah, but that's a normal meal for the Koreans and that, cuz. The Chinese
and Koreans, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
That's pulling out any done, man.
It's a signature dish. Check it up, man. No, I don't believe it. What I do believe is, this is a mad theory, but we all have viruses already inside of us. If you watch a movie about viruses, viruses can't even live on their own, bro. That's basics.
Yeah.
They can't live without a host. I know that. Everyone knows it. A virus can't live without a host. That's what you see in the movies, like that. Like, you got to think as well, there's been previous pandemics, we've never been in lockdown. Never.
Well, like swine flu and that.
SARS, all of that. We've never been in a lockdown, bro.
So what do you think the reason why we're in a lockdown?
There were lockdowns during the Spanish flu, though. I can't lie.
Was there?
Yeah.
Not in the UK.
Well, not in the UK. In the US, there was.
All right, cool. US then, yeah. This is a global lockdown.
So I got the counter arguments, you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I'm ready for them. But this is a global lockdown.
There hasn't really been a global lockdown everywhere, really, has it? To be fair, no, this is like the first time.
I can tell you stuff which I found out. This goes back to like 1920s. Yeah, this is the basic about viruses. Now, this is the crazy thing that I'm going to tell you, which not everyone's going to buy it, but it is what it is. So I'll be honest with you. I think like 4 or 5 years ago, I found out you can't catch a cold from being out in the cold. You know that?
Of course.
I didn't know that. I've always been told, wrap up warm or you're going to catch a cold.
But I swear people get colds. Wait, what? You said people you can't catch a cold in the cold?
No, what I'm trying to say is you don't catch cold.
I did.
That's what I always thought. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. Now, this is where...
Yeah, like you don't catch a cold just because it's cold.
You guys, because like I was always told, wrap up or you're gonna catch a cold. You can catch the cold from being cold.
Yeah. That's what they do say. Yeah. They say if you're outside, put the scarf on, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Now this is what I'm trying to say, that we're taught things and we're told things, and we just assume that's the way of life, but that's not always the way. Now, going back to my point, back in the 1920s, I'm trying to remember all this off the top of my head.
Choked my coffee there.
It's not going to be as clear as it needs to be, but they messed about with the something Allen belt, covers the world. Don't know if you've heard of it. Something Allen belt.
Van Allen, I think.
Van Allen belt. Thank you. That shelters. It covers the world, and you can live off the natural resources of Earth, innit? You don't need any of this extra stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, long story short, meaning the government, the system, messed about with this belt so they could have control. So little things like down to the way weather works, it wouldn't surprise me if they manipulate the weather, bro. Serious talk.
How would they manipulate the weather?
We're going to stick to the virus. I'm just trying to let you look in on a few little things. The virus, man, back in the 1920s, they did a test with horses, You can search it up and you'll find it. They did a search with horses, to see how quickly a virus can spread from one person to the other.
Right.
What they've done, they used to get a horse with say the flu. They'd get it to sneeze into a bag, and then they'd put that bag on a healthy horse to see if it caught it.
Okay.
Proven it wasn't caught. So this is a long fetch one for you lot, but in the long story short, viruses can't be passed on like that.
So essentially, you're saying if I was to sneeze on the door handle and you touch it, you ain't catching shit.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna get flu. And it's funny because I got ill last year. I was ill for like 2-3 weeks. I don't get ill. This is the worst I've ever been. So I genuinely assumed that I probably did have this coronavirus back in December. And they're actually
I've been
putting
hearing a lot of people say it about December. Everybody was just mad ill.
I was
I've had
ill,
that 7
bro.
times.
For 2-3 weeks, I had to be off work, yeah? Now, even if you think of that, I was in the household. No one caught it. I'm talking, I spent time in my brother's room with him, yeah? And he didn't get ill. So that tells me that you being around people doesn't mean you can catch the flu or whatever it is.
So
But
what do you think then is... No, go on.
It's a long shot, and it's a long... For me to break it down to you like, and just assume that, we can't catch viruses. It's just too big for me to tell everyone. Because it's what we've always known. You see what I'm saying? And this is the problem. It's what we're educated, bro. Our education system's flawed. Our medical system's flawed. And what I mean by that is, education-wise, you got to remember that if somebody at the top says, I want you to teach everyone this, you're going to teach it to them. Yeah? When you're at work and the boss tells you this is how you do something, you're not going to tell him, no, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it.
Yeah.
Because he is the professional. That's the way we've been taught, yeah? That someone that is at a certain level knows how something's done. And for me to tell him that he's wrong would mean, do you know what I mean? What do I know compared to him?
Yeah.
You need to snap out of that kind of, that concept, bruv, because the education's flawed, bruv. The stuff that we're taught isn't exactly correct. Some people don't even know that German, bro. She's also
I
Jewish.
didn't even know that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you don't learn all that in history, though. You see what I'm saying? But let's just stick to the coronavirus. Like I said, I could talk for days. Now, I'm reading this off the top of my head. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even reading it. So, with coronavirus now, I don't know about you lot. When I was in secondary school, I always heard 2020 was going to be a big year. Always knew. 2020 millennium. I don't know if that stands out to you guys.
Never heard anything.
Okay, I've only said it to a few people. It always stuck out to me in school. Everyone always said 2020 millennium. Everyone expected big things to happen in 2020. We just didn't know what.
Yeah.
I think it's very ironic that 2020's come now, and we've been hit by a coronavirus. It's weird. Now, at the same time, you have to remember that the New World Order is also playing their chess game right now. So the coronavirus isn't a real virus that's out there and you're gonna catch it like that. How many people do you know that's affected by it?
How many people
do you know that's affected by it?
Affected by it?
I know
some that lost both their parents.
Okay. The question that goes to that is, did they lose their life to COVID-19, or did they have underlying health problems that they've put on the death certificate of COVID-19? That's the question.
I don't know that. What the girl told me was they had COVID-19 and that was it. Okay. I mean, they do have like genes where, like, you know, back problems. I think they had a couple of back problems and stuff like that, and they had been, you know, on medication prior to that anyways, but yeah, that's what I know.
Right. So I know a couple of people that was infected by it. I don't know anyone that's died by it, but I do know people that know people that have died by it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen, there are some doctors that have speaking out at the moment that they're being told to put COVID-19 on death certificates, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
know
heard
if you've
that as
seen.
well.
Yeah, you've heard of it as well, yeah?
Yeah.
These are professional doctors speaking out.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you got to ask yourself, why do you need to put COVID-19 on a certificate if the virus is already doing the job for you? That's the first question. Things just don't add up. Yeah. So with the coronavirus, sorry, man, I'm trying to make sure I don't lose myself here.
No,
With the coronavirus, you got numbers being made up. I do believe that they've manipulated the numbers because the kind of number we somebody that's died by COVID-19.
There's a lot of people.
All right, cool. We can argue that one as well, but I don't believe the numbers.
Do you think it's higher or lower? Because we are the highest nation currently for deaths for COVID-19 in the world.
But okay, so now here's another question for you guys. What happened to people that die by cancer? What happened to the people that die? What happened to the people that die yearly by cancer? Because I ain't seen none of them. What happened to the ones that die by flu? Because let me tell you something. People have been dying by flu for years. Seriously.
The thing is, though, to be fair,
it just doesn't get covered by the news.
I thought like that's discussed a lot of
they're
times.
still there,
you know,
but they're not being covered. Because it's not.
They are being covered, though. They are being covered, though. Because that's why we have like red nose day. Wow, they are kind of being covered. I mean, I feel like they were about every year.
No, I'm not talking about cancer patients. I'm talking about seasonal flu.
Oh, seasonal flu.
Yeah,
that's different, man. because people have normalized it, though. It's so normalized.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the numbers, the way they're looking right now, everyone's dying from coronavirus and nothing else. So
now, yeah.
What happened to the people that died?
They're just covering coronavirus deaths and not covering deaths from everything else. That's all it is. It's not like
this is an example of what I've been trying to bring awareness to on Facebook. That we need to stop listening to what the media is telling us, bro. Because when you're behind, I posted something on my Facebook. You can check it again. It's about the news. It breaks down what I'm trying to say about the news, that what you see on the news isn't always the full picture.
Of course.
Yeah, now you got to think of hidden agendas, man. Like, I don't know, like, I've always thought the World War III is going to come soon, isn't it? I've said that for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
The reason why I see it and use on Russia, yeah? One of them. Yeah, I know, it's lagging a little bit my side as well. So now, when you think of World War III with Hong Kong, what gives them a reason to war with Hong Kong? Coronavirus.
But didn't Trump already slap a little bomb down them sides still?
He's made, it seems like Trump's made peace and there ain't going to be a war so far. I can't lie, I've come across views on Trump as well. I'm not going to go into Trump because
He's trash, man.
I don't really stand there with him at the moment. He has done a lot of things that a lot of presidents haven't done yet.
What would you say he's done? That's
he's brought more jobs to people.
Than Obama, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've heard this. Well, I haven't heard it. I've seen it, but
this is what I'm saying. Obviously, you got to remember, I don't live in the US, so I can't talk for them, innit? But from what I see and from what I hear, he's done a lot more than a lot of presidents in the past. Now, you got to remember, corruption goes back years, even down to 9/11. That's been proven now that it was set up. These are by presidents like Bush. It's by media, because media are the ones that put it out. This is what I'm saying.
So do you believe that conspiracy then, mate, was a setup? Not saying it's conspiracy, but obviously got to keep it allegedly just in case I'll just bash on us.
9/11's been proven. They put it out on YouTube. What I don't get is how people haven't gone back to these people about the corruption, innit? But that's another story. But if they can do that and make it seem like Muslims bombed a tower. Imagine what kind of things they can create.
Yeah.
Now, you remember, around that time, I think we was warring with Muslims. Was we not? Maybe not us, but the US.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of issues, especially with like the hijab situation, and because they were trying to ban headscarves at that time. They're still trying to do. They've been doing that anyway.
Around 2001, wasn't it about the invasion of Iraq at first?
No, it was about that, but I'm saying just in terms of accepting the religion as a whole, they've always been against that shit.
They create the enemy and they create the agenda.
Yeah.
Your people are seeing Muslims bombing a tower full of people. You know what? Do you know how many people was like anti-Muslim after all stuff like that? Even down to London bombing.
Yeah, that was it 08, something like that. I was in school that happened, Bristol time. The bus got bombed up.
Even the London terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
What they paint is hate, bruv. They're dividing and conquering us. It's been a technique that's been used for years, bruv. Racism is a divide and conquer technique. Religion, divide and conquer technique. That's just two examples, bruv. But you can see what they do, bruv. They create motives and they become reality. People, they have everyone hating Muslims, but deep down, did the Muslims really do it?
There was no evidence that it did anyways.
There isn't, exactly, but this is what I'm trying to say. So when it comes to the media, it's how they're trying to control us, bro. There was a CIA quote I come across years ago, and it said, the moment we can make people believe something that isn't real is the moment we've achieved our job. This was a quote that was said back in like 1980s. So it's always been an agenda, and the CIA are all involved in it, FBI involved in it, MI6, everyone's involved in it. That's high up. It's corrupt.
Yeah. But it's also selling a story, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, the media wants to make cake, and saying white man burnt down the school, and then you hear Asian man shot a couple of dogs. What's gonna be the bigger story?
Now back to coronavirus. Back to coronavirus now. Forget all the conspiracies. Now just go into it.
Them tangents there still.
Coronavirus pops up, and during everyone was in lockdown, what was they doing? They were putting up 5G towers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk for myself, but I'm gonna get you guys to answer as well. If there was a virus that was that dangerous out there, and you had to put up 5G towers, would you do it? Are you gonna risk your life to put up a tower?
Well, I guess you have to start with what 5G is before you ask that question, though, because people are not gonna get why you're asking that question.
I'm gonna go into that, but just think on a basic term, just to put up a tower.
Well, of course not. Nah.
You're not going to, right?
Nah.
Exactly. You're not gonna risk your life for a tower. So you gotta ask yourself, why was it a priority to put up a tower during lockdown? Why couldn't you do it after lockdown or before lockdown? Why does it have to be when everyone's indoors?
Well, according to sources, that was already planned anyways. In 2020, 5G was supposed to be a thing, because that's when 5G was supposed to come out. All the new phones now have 5G.
Okay. 5G from last year?
Okay,
so some cases
you had 5G from last year?
Even if you into they already planned to put up 5G towers this year. What's to say they didn't plan the coronavirus? Because they done Agenda 21 last year, October, and it was a planned pandemic. Check it out.
This is what I want to know, though. If it was planned, why China?
Sorry?
If it was planned, why China? Why does China have to? Because the way that, let's say the whole thing was planned, right? Yeah. China it started in China, a huge outrage. All the countries then were hollering all the men from the embassy, and then it just spreads around the whole world, right? And that's essentially how it looks, China gets it. Everybody pulls all the mandem out. All the people that are living in China starts flying back home. the search clearly was trash anyways, if that's another conversation we're going to go into. The search just wasn't working because whoever had the virus seemed to still be able to leave the airport and go to Sainsbury's the next day and it's spread it around if that's what they're doing. Like, why did you think they started in China, of all places? Is that just because you're trying to paint a bad picture?
I do have a theory for why it was started in China. I can't remember exactly, but apparently in Wuhan, not even China, in Wuhan, and that's where it started. Apparently, it's the only shit that I won't go into it because I don't have I've got the information on my laptop, but I can't just pull it up on you right now. But I'll definitely come back to you guys on that. It started in Wuhan. I can't really go into because I don't have all the knowledge right now to tell you why it started there. But what I can tell you, the way it spread it to every country.
Yeah.
You would have caught that shit if you put up the towers. You would. Look at the way it's spreading.
Yeah.
Well, this is the most interconnected human beings I've ever been. I mean, the amount of flights we have on a daily basis reaches 1 million. So I mean, it wouldn't be that hard for something to spread, you know.
You even got to think, how the fuck did it go from Wuhan to Italy, Spain, to all of these countries, bro? Like
Chinese tourists.
Okay, they could have caught it.
That's one way. Chinese tourists, one way.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, but all the embassies in every country. So China would have had pretty much the whole world of embassies. When everybody was flying all of them and them back home, that's essentially what people claim is what spread the virus, right?
True. Okay.
But now I'm guessing, Liam, you're saying it was already in these countries, but they used the deploy of acting like China brought it here, right? Is that how you're seeing it or no?
I mean, I'm just kind of questioning things and getting you guys to question it as well at the moment.
Yeah.
Even if you think they done the event that I told you in October last year, Agenda 21, just check it out. They done a simulation of a pandemic. Pandemic then hits pretty much January heavy for us, yeah?
Yeah, it was January in China, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay, but then I also got in the I mean, it's weird. To me, I genuinely think it could even be a normal fucking flu, bro, for all we know. And they're just making it out to be something else.
So, do you think the coronavirus has been exaggerated a bit?
I would say so.
Definitely over exaggerated. And even if you want to question it, you go test.
If you look at it, the people dying, unfortunately, are people that's either got previous illness issues, very old, people whose immune systems are weak. It's technically people whose bodies can't tackle the illness.
Yeah, exactly.
If us three was to pull up on the site in China right now, we're a dude that have kind of healthy and we don't have the history of
embodying that.
Fight it off.
Yeah, we can fight it off. That's what I'm saying. That we gotta catch it, fight it off, because there's people that's had it. For the next week, you get me? Cool, isn't it? So essentially, you could say it's just a stronger cold that just some bodies can't handle because they don't. Their bodies
now
don't.
You also have to consider there's other factors in that. Everyone knows about processed meat.
Yeah. Shout out to vegans out here, man. You man are winning. Can't lie.
Mate, I'm even thinking of doing the same thing myself.
Yeah, that's why you was asking the question the other day. I see you. You was asking
my deep question was, have you got ill since you became vegan? Because there's a lot of things that play into this thing of people getting ill, yeah? And this is what I say about you've got viruses already in you. It just takes things to activate that virus. Now,
I know two girls who had endometriosis, and one had like kidneys and like back issues, and they both went vegan, and it's gone.
There you
Cash.
go. There you go.
Cash.
No,
And they were
exactly.
banging in the meat game.
I was just about to tell you guys,